and welcome back to another video. For today's video, as read by the title, it is going to be my opinionated analysis on Betty Cooper as it was requested by one of my subscribers. I've done videos like that on Jughead and on Cheryl's character, and I've gone so far some people who agreed with some stuff that I said and some people who disagree with some stuff that I said. Her character, personality, relationships on the show and in the comic books as I've read from a young age. If you are new to my channel, hello, my name is Joyce. I do makeup looks, reactions, reviews, song covers. If you stay on my channel, I promise you will not regret one single second. So I just want to say a little message to my Betty and Archie fans. First off, how are you feeling since the new season 6 trailer? I'm still shooked by it. I'm just still so excited. A lot of you guys have, especially mostly Archie fans, are like, oh
Joyce, I really want to know your theories for season 6.
Yes, that video is coming. It's all part of the addressing your Betty and Archie theories for season 6, which I will ask you guys next week. So stay tuned, don't worry, it's coming. Without further ado, let's get on with this video. As for every other opinionated analysis on the Riverdale characters that I've done, I'm going to start with the Archie comic. Betty Cooper is, of course, very nice. She's sweet, she's caring, she's one of the smartest kids in Riverdale. She loved doing extracurricular activities. She would help a lot of people. She was very much in love with Archie. She had a few flings here and there with Reggie, but Archie was basically her main focus. I would say that Betty in the comic books, as I've read so far, is very nice. She's very sweet. She's also very forgiving. She is pretty much relatable, I would say. Overall, Betty is pretty loved in her community in Riverdale. Now let's talk about in the show. Betty in the show, here's the thing. It's not that I don't like her, because that's not it. I think she's very, very, very cringy. Not as cringy as Veronica and Cheryl and Jughead, but she's still a little cringy. I just feel like, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Betty through the entire series of Riverdale was not her true self. So what I'm saying basically is that before, and this is just my opinion, okay, so before she started dating Jughead, I really feel like Betty was at her happiest, and the things that she was doing in the comic books, like cheerleading, shopping, doing other activities besides investigating, she was doing that before she started dating Jughead. As soon as she started dating Jughead, I really analyzed this and I saw that Betty was more upset and frustrated and very serious as well. She would only be happy whenever it doesn't revolve around like solving mysteries and solving murders. And in the first season, it was okay, even though I still wanted her to at least not only like investigate Jason's murder, but I get it because his death affected the whole town, you know, so it's fine. Honestly, what really, really bothered me is when they started showing Dark Betty, and I think it's something that a lot of fans agree on. Instead of making her rebel in a more like realistic way, giving her an alter ego, it just doesn't seem like Betty Cooper from the comics, you know? As soon as she started wearing that black wig, I
got a little uncomfortable.
In the third episode, it was okay with me. I mean, I was still a little bit like,
ew, okay, I mean, this is weird.
In the first episode, they really showed that Betty was struggling with mental illness, you know, with her mom like giving her Adderall. So it showed that she's dealing with mental illness. The fact that they created like an alter ego, Dark Betty, I mean, that's not a great way to show to represent mental illness, you know, and to make it relatable, because in the comics everything that she did was very relatable. She was basically the perfect girl next door, you know, and I'm not saying that this is what I want to see all the time, because yeah, it would be annoying, but the way they really showed it in the show and kind of destroyed it, they're making it seem like it's hard to explain. Like, they're trying to show that,
oh my gosh, like sometimes Betty can go, she's not as perfect as she's not as perfect as she says she is, or as she shows she is,
and that she has this like alter ego that sometimes she wants to do like bad things, like kinky stuff, webcamming, doing a strip tease in a bar, even though it was inappropriate and very problematic. Every time that they would show it, they would always say, the show would always say,
no, it's not her, it's Dark Betty.
I'm sorry, I'm not cool with that. It really frustrates me. It's not accurate. It's not sympathetic. It's just like, what the fuck? It just makes her look like a psycho. Betty is a psycho in the series. And a lot of times it has been proven that Betty is a psycho, and not in the most relatable way. Like, the show is turning like sweet, innocent Betty from the comics and relatable Betty in the comics to dark, psychotic Betty who has obvious mental illness but is not seeking to get help. Okay, so in season 1, if they showed Dark Betty, so they wanted to show that she has like an alter ego, that she can like rebel sometimes, and she's not as perfect as everybody says she is, that it's okay to rebel, you know, then that's fine. Season 2, that's when I was like, what is going on with her character? It's really hard because I really, really loved Betty Cooper from the comics. I really, really did. But the show butchered her so badly, as they did with most of the characters, a lot of the characters in Riverdale. But I would say that Betty's character is just cringy, and to me, she's kind of a psycho. I'm gonna give examples where I thought she was pretty psychotic and she kind of needed some help. When she threatened Chick with a lighter in his bedroom.
Girl, what is wrong with you?
That point, the show was trying to show that Betty is like, oh, dark, and you know, I guess this is a way to show that, you know, her mental illness, you know. And the reason why I barely have enough words is because I'm really still, even till now, I'm still trying to understand why they're trying to romanticize mental illness when it shouldn't even be romanticized. It's just really upsetting because, like, now she's just not relatable. Season 3, she started investigating too much with Jughead, and that's when I just didn't even I just didn't even recognize her character. There are so many points where it felt like she was not enjoying investigating. She was her happiest self whenever she wasn't with Jughead. Season 5, I think they really romanticized it too much. It clearly does not make her happy to be investigating all the time. I remember when she had that conversation with Jughead, when Jughead apologized to her and told her, maybe you should stop focusing on the TBK and stuff like that and just try to have a normal life, you know, and blah, blah, blah. And then she said, I can't, I'm consumed by them. I can't. I'm like,
girl, what do you mean you can't?
It's really sad. I'm just honestly like really sad. It honestly feels like I know it's probably like stupid or whatever, but it just really upsets me. They are not portraying mental illness in the best way. And I really feel like as soon as she started dating Jughead, not sorry, is when she started, you know, being obsessed with investigating too much and being so depressed and being sad and being upset and just yelling at everybody. I'm literally trying not to like get really upset. At least I'm happy that she's with Archie. That's why I always ship Betty and Archie, because whenever I see her laughing and whenever I see her smiling around Archie, I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you. This is those scenes whenever she's with Archie, those are the scenes where I'm like, okay, this is the Betty Cooper from the comics. This is the Betty Cooper I recognize from the comics. Not dark Betty who, you know, threatens people on the phone sexually and, you know, threatens people with a lighter and tries to drown people in hot tubs and is over sexualized and tries to almost kill people at gunpoint. What is her character? Oh my gosh. And don't even get me started on how the show butchered her and Veronica's friendship. I know that people were feeling bad for like Veronica in the first episode of season 5 when Archie confessed to Veronica that he cheated on her with Betty. But I honestly, like, I felt bad because at the same time, cheating is not good. That's why I felt bad. But I didn't feel too bad because I'm like, why? Like, it's not like they're actual friends. So I'm not saying that cheating's okay. Of course it's not. But it's hard to feel bad for their friendship per se.
Oh my god, they ruined Betty and Veronica's friendship.
What friendship? You mean the friendship that has been an icon in the comics for more than 40 years, where they have actually shown them to do stuff? Yeah, that's a true friendship. Like, if that happened in the comics, I would be very upset. I'd be very upset because I'd be like, that doesn't seem like Betty and Veronica. Betty and Veronica in the comics, they're very loyal to each other. But in the show, they barely have scenes together. They barely spend time together because Veronica's storylines are always revolving around the men in her life, which upsets me. It really upsets me. Veronica in the comics is a very good balance for Betty as well. It just upsets me that Betty is so obsessed with serial killers and investigating, and that because of that makes her so sad. And even when she cheated on Jughead, the next episode in 418, when Jughead was like,
oh my god, we're gonna solve the videotape mystery,
she was like,
no, I'm not getting pulled to this mystery.
I was like, thank you. I was literally agreeing with her. I was like, thank you. Yes, do not stay away from that. It does not make you happy, girl. You are not happy when you're doing that. When she's with Archie, whenever she was with Archie, she was really happy. That's when she was truly happy. And it sucks because I don't want it just to be with Archie that she's happy. I want her to be happy doing other stuff, doing some cheerleading, doing extracurriculars, you know? Those kinds of stuff make her happy. But investigating and solving mysteries and death and dark Betty, it does not make her happy at all. And it just really upsets me and frustrates me that the show keeps pushing and pushing and pushing towards that direction. That's why I'm really happy that Betty and Archie are finally together. And that's why I keep saying that they will be the light of the show, because that's, in this relationship, that is the only relationship where, in my opinion, Betty is finally going to smile and be happy. And it proved it in the last scene, one of the last scenes of the last episode of season 5, when she was laughing with Archie. I was like,
when is the last time she's done that?
I'm going to think, oh, that's right, never. Never. I guess I'm going to conclude with this video with saying that I'm honestly excited to see their relationship develop in season 6. She's going to be very happy with Archie. I can feel it, because not only he's the first guy that she's ever loved, but she feels safe with him, and she never felt that way with Jughead, because every time they would always be faced with solving murders, and that did not make her happy. I hope that we're gonna see more of Betty being happy in season 6. I want to say I hope we see more Betty and Veronica friendship scenes, but it's pretty clear that the show doesn't have interest in making Betty and Veronica's friendship develop even more. And it's really heartbreaking and it's sad, but I did enjoy her and Tabitha, you know, their friendship. That was good, you know, but they were still solving a murder mystery and not doing anything else but that. So she still wasn't happy while doing that. And we can't count the time where she was like super high and dancing with Tabitha and singing. Oh, that was so cringy.
Sorry, that was so cringy.
Honestly, I'll say it again. I'm so happy that she's not with Jughead anymore. That she is going to finally be with someone who will make her happy. So this concludes my opinionated analysis on Betty Cooper. This concludes it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it insightful. If you agree with most of the stuff I've said, leave it in the comments. I would love to know your thoughts. If you disagree, leave it in the comments, but please be respectful because it is, after all, my opinion on what I think of her. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content. That is it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.